Good Money Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing here? Feels good to be back in the saddle after a couple days of being off as in terms of video action. We are finally back here on June 7th. Again, last time out, the last couple days to end the week last week, we really struggled with our totals bets. We knocked out of the park with our spreads. We went 2-0 in our spreads there in the final 2 days of the week, but we struggled mightily with our totals. So we're hoping for some reason we can kick that trend and get out of it here as we get back on track here for Tuesday, June 7th with 2 games on today's slate. Year to date, we are 41, 35, and 1 for plus 6.57 units here. The first game on today's slate, ladies and gentlemen, is the New York Liberty taking on the Minnesota Lynx. The Liberty minus 2.5, the over-under here 159.5, and the Lynx, are plus 120 on that money line. Now, these two teams just played June 5th. The Lynx got the win and the cover over the Liberty 84-77. And if we look at the total, what happened to the total? The total did go over 157.5. So we have a little lower total here this evening, but we do, again, have the Liberty, our favorite. Now, here are the facts. The facts are the Liberty are 0-2 against the Lynx this season. The facts are that the Liberty we're riding a 2-game winning streak and a 2-game cover streak before their June 5th game against the Lynx. The Minnesota put a kibosh to that and ended that little momentum run that the New York Liberty were trying to have. Now they play them again 2 days later. The facts are also that these two teams really can't stop anybody defensively. However, the Lynx are much, much better offensively than the Liberty are. The Liberty are bottom half of the league. No, the Liberty are dead last in the league, and the Lynx are kind of in the middle of that pack. The Lynx are 2-0 against the New York Liberty, and I might have handicapped this game wrong, but I just think all the signs here point to the Minnesota Lynx. If you look at the public betting percentage, you'll see that 36% of the bets are on the Minnesota Lynx, but 64% of the money is on the Lynx. That tells me right there that all the public is all over the New York Liberty. They were playing hot. They were playing hot up until that June 5th Minnesota game, and it seems like now all of the money here is on the Minnesota Lynx because they, at the end of the day, are the better team. Offensively, they're better. They're better. They might even be better slightly defensively than the New York Liberty. And I know there's a revenge factor for the New York Liberty, but I just do not feel comfortable putting my money on a New York Liberty team that just lost to the Lynx 2 days ago. I just do not feel comfortable, and I'll gladly take it here. And the fact that Minnesota beat the Liberty 84-77 and now not even are, and they're still underdogs, that's a little interesting to me. So I'm going to take the Minnesota Lynx here plus 2.5. We're also going to take them on that money line plus 120, and those will be our first 2 plays here for Tuesday, June 6th. Our second game of the day here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Atlanta Dream taking on the Seattle Storm. Another interesting contest here in the WNBA. If we just look at some lines here, we have the Seattle Storm minus 7.5, the over-under 152. I believe this is one of our lowest totals of the season so far. The Dream plus 235 on that money line. Now, here's where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This game opened up at Seattle minus 6.5. It is now Seattle minus 7.5. 80%, however, of the bets are on the Atlanta Dream. Even more eye-shocking, eye-popping, 96% of the money is on the Atlanta Dream, and the total still lean, and the spread still swung up a point to favor the Seattle Storm. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Open up at minus 6.5. Now minus 7.5. I got it at minus 7.5. Let's hope that this pays off for us. Give me the Seattle Storm here. I love this Atlanta Dream team. I think this is going to be a lower scoring contest, and I think the Seattle Storm can get past the Atlanta Dream here as my computer just went off. So apologize for that. There we go. We're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I think that this is all Seattle. I think that the numbers are pointing everything to Seattle. 4% of the money is only on the Seattle Storm, yet Seattle Storm is now favored by 1 more point than they were when it opened. Now, I could be dead wrong. We could be dead wrong with our handicapping here. So we will kind of see what happens. I'm excited for this contest. Minus 7.5, Seattle Storm, my play of the day. We're riding with it. We believe in the Storm. I know they're not great against the spread. If you look at them, 3-7 against the spread so far this season. If you look at the Dream, though, they're 4-4 as an underdog against the spread. They're 3-1 on the road. That does worry me a little bit. But I do think it's a Seattle Storm minus 10.5. I think they can win this game by double digits. I think Atlanta, yes, having a tremendous season, but they're about to get popped here. They're about to get popped here, in my opinion. So that's why we're going to take the Seattle Storm here, minus 7.5. I also love the under. I don't love the under. I lean the under. I know it's our lowest under of the season, 151.5. I do think this has a good chance to stay under that total. I think it's going to be a slower paced game. Seattle's been in some very, very low scoring games, ladies and gentlemen. They've been in some very, very low scoring games. 68-51 was a game they were in. 79-71 was a game they were also in. They've been in some low scoring games. They then beat the Liberty 92-61. But again, I don't think the Dream. I know the Dream aren't the Liberty, so we can't really take that game into account at all. But the Dream also have been playing in some lower scoring contests. The last 4 out of the 5 games they got under the total, 75-66. They have a 70-50 game here, 82-54, 73-65. So again, I lean the under, but I think the Seattle Storm minus 7.5 is my play of the day. So again, ladies and gentlemen, those are it's kind of weird. Those are our 3 bets. I do lean the under in the Storm. I will most likely add that, so we'll probably have 4 bets here for our card. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that jazz. Follow us on Twitter at Whoopin Bets, at Kota Cappers. I'm Kota Capper Pace. Let's win some bets. Peace.